Dependable, well-made technology designed to last years and years. Although not really, it didn't work when I got it. Oh, check out James's channel to see it get fixed. Yes, I have been complaining a lot about modern tech at the moment. I mean, it's because everything does kind of stink. Like, we're all kind of low-key being robbed, while also everything being more expensive and worse. I'm complaining already. All right, I'm gonna stop. Precious Steam Deck OLED, got this in Canada last year. Please help, the year's moving too quickly. This thing gets a lot of use. I'm just gonna get it out, come on. I played so much Baldur's Gate on this thing, it totally does it. It was really fun, like making progress on my actual gaming PC and then just continuing on this casually, and I loved it. I sunk hours of this game through this thing. It still kind of has the new smell as it kind of blows out of it, which is both nostalgic and smelly. The screen's killer. I mean, it's not ultra high res, but it just doesn't really need to be at this size, I guess. Good old Baldur's Gate. Such a good game. Oh, look, it's like at the end of the game. Mate, graphically for a handheld, it ain't bad at all. Honestly, I'm just a total loser and I still play Skyrim. I mean, it's a game that Bethesda almost finished. This thing is a Skyrim beast. This runs so good. My character's so overpowered that I just don't run out of magic anymore. All these people were once my foes. Still enjoying this. Like, it's great. Love it. Thank you, Steam Deck. Please make a desktop version of this OS. Very good case, too. That's really helped with, like, just dragging around with me all the time. Yamaha audio desks, like specifically these little AG06s. I've had one of these for about 7 years. My Empire has always run out one of these. One of these is currently being used for my Shure mic right this second. No stupid app. You make your adjustments right here. I mean, compression and whatnot is pretty basic. I love that you can plug in anything and just have it recorded via USB, and you can just run straight out of this. You don't need the 5-volt, but that's if you want to use it out in the field or something, doing small gigs. Geez, like a venue could be using this. Look at the output. Some monitors, headphones, like freaking great. Love these. And now they've got USB-C ones as well. I'm quite the Yamaha stooge. Like, big fan, mate. Well, it's technically tech that hasn't let me down. In fact, the absolute opposite. My Nissan Leaf, right? It's like 2017, got it used, and when I told Garbage Time, you know, my car channel, peeps are like, you've made a huge mistake, you shouldn't have done that. It's like the first gen, like, lithium car, basically. It's pathetic, it let you down, you've just wasted your money. No. That thing is amazing. It's like a silent Toyota Corolla. It has rescued 2 of my mates, one whose Golf, like the gearbox exploded, and the second who's just in limbo with car insurance just due to like a little accident. It's a freaking superstar. Like, the battery's tiny. It's like 100 miles, 160 kilometers. That's not a lot, but it's not because it's inefficient. It's just got a tiny little wee battery. And so it charges super quick. Like, plug it in overnight, you just wake up to a full tank every morning. It's dead quiet. It's got heaps of power. Will spin for days. It's a great size. It's not super wide. You can fit heaps of junk and whatever in it. And it would be up to its 3rd oil change at this point. There are no spark plugs, no air filters, no oil changes, none of that crap, no gearboxes. It's just simple and go. And the interior has physical controls, so, you know, take that, modern cars. No one's really heard of it on my car channel because there's nothing to report. It's fantastic. I love the car. It's so good.
Oh, mate, we're nugging in the Leaf, and, like, listen. You just silently zoot around. It's amazing. It's amazing.
These things. M-powered Apple whatevers. Doesn't matter. It's a MacBook Air or one of the studios or the big chungus MacBook Pro. I've always worked out of a laptop. I love the portability and just being able to just work in different locations. It's how I got started in YouTubing, was the versatility of laptops and my ability just to work wherever I happen to be at the time. And laptops, whether they PC or like Mac, Windows, whatever, they always just blow so much heat. Just all the time. These M things, It's unbelievable. I've never heard the fans. This is my M1 from years back. I do have an M3 now, just because this guy kind of earned a rest. Like, check out the scratches and it's kicked around. This thing ran my whole Empire for years. And honestly, it still does its 4K 60 editing job just fine. It's now the backup machine, which is such a good thing to have. You know, I've got the M3, like the new crazy whatever, and it's just overkill for my peanut operation. I'm not going to edit more than 4K 60. I don't do 3D editing and graphics and whatnot. But my goodness, how hard these benchmark. And I have no joke. I have filmed, uploaded, edited, exported, and then even up onto YouTube all on a single battery. A single battery. Right? The old Intel Macs, which were way too thin. That's why they got super hot. But I do have modern PC laptop, and like, they just dump so much heat. They just dump so much electricity. You know, you'd need 4 or 5 batteries to do any of these sort of jobs. This thing's amazing. And jokes on Apple, I think that M3 might be my last ever Mac. I'm going to drive that thing until it just doesn't work anymore. Because honestly, it's not a bottleneck for me anymore, like the exporting time of videos. My next thing is just going to be Linux. All behind the scenes, all my computers to change to Linux, and I'm just going to wait out for these Macs to give up, and then I'm going to bow out. Honest, yeah, I mean, yeah, all the big major tech people have just got a few pooey skid marks I'm just not a big fan of. But these haven't let me down. They've done the opposite. They've been incredible. Let's end with a weird one. Dyson fans, yeah, but for horrifically expensive things. Yeah, I got a couple of them, and they've been great. They honestly have. And mainly because of just how little electricity they use. It's like 4 watts or something to then like have air moving that's filtered with a computer screen telling you what the air's all about. They're not particularly quiet, even on their lowest settings, but they just sip electricity. And someone who's got solar, I love that. Here at the studio, I'm in like an industrial dump hole area. It's really interesting to see that like overnight, like there were lots of particles in the air from my neighbors making stuff, gross stuff more likely, or burning things. And so actually knowing what's in the air and whatnot, and they're so sensitive to VOCs, volatile organic compounds, whatnot, that like a glass of wine in the house will trigger. It's like a physical subscription because you're going to be buying filters for this thing for the rest of the days, but you can get third-party ones which are way, way, way cheaper. So, you know, that's a thing. But yeah, it's nice having air moving in the house. They've got carbon filters in them. That's how you get rid of smells, by the way. That's a smell filter, is carbon filters, right? Carbon's very reactive. Smells are chemicals. Chemicals bond to carbon. Traps the poo smells. Frank's got her own carbon filter in her bedroom. They're just really stupidly expensive to get your hands on one of them to start with. But hey, if you see one second hand and it just says no filters in it, well, just get some third-party filters and have a party. A clean air party. Being in my 30s has made me unfun. There is a lot more tech that I'm absolutely depending on and using all the time and works absolutely great. It's all vintage crap, like CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, you know, physical games, honest, like. But that's not what you wanted to hear about, you know? I use a Nokia flip phone, Linux, and these as a watch. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, huge thanks for your floaties, mate. Like $2.80. I'm actually just started a Kinder Egg series where twice a week, you heard me, twice a week, I'm opening Kinder Eggs in hopes of actually getting all the toys. And on the Garbage Time Float Plane extra section, mate, I'm doing it twice a week as well. So much extra content. I'm watching old car review videos from like the 90s and 80s. It's a ride. And, you know, and Frank's stinking up there as well. And you can actually go into the settings and turn off notifications for the other crap that I make if you're not interested. And, you know, mate, like, I'll see you all next time. It's official, it's a bit dim, but you'll be able to see it. That's a pretzel Frank. That's an official pretzel Frank. There's a red in there, so I'm not gonna bother her, but congratulations, Frank, on being a pretzel.